Hi. So it is really late at night, as it so often is when I talk with you. And today was a really big day, as many of the days are right now. And honestly, I'm just feeling rather thankful to be done being with people. And I had a beautiful day with so many people and just massive blessings. Just people were blessed by my presence, and I was blessed by other people's presence, um, and it was really amazing and just gorgeous as a day. And I am really ready. I have not even meditated yet. This morning I got up and I don't know why I was under the impression that there wouldn't be 1,000,000,000 gazillion things that would want attention and need doing as soon as I got up. But I really thought that I was just going to go to the kitchen for a little while, and I kind of did. But then I got into really thinking through how to properly bless this child's birthday. I had the opportunity to provide some samples and some outreach to a royal family who is here in town right now, and really special opportunity, obviously, and a special opportunity anytime, with any family, certainly. And this is a very sizable family that's here, and so. And of course, as people who do not live here full time, maybe looking for some food options, and I know we're looking for some healthy options. So it's just such a blessing to be in a place where that happens to me. I mean, goodness sake, that certainly doesn't happen to everybody, but it certainly does happen to me. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be a part of it. And it's partly just so meaningful and special because at the retreat 2 weeks ago, when people heard what I was doing, it really did come out as an international company, and it was just spoken into being, and it just breathed into being true. And then suddenly, that is how people were relating to it and interacting and providing information. And then this came up, and so it's a really beautiful thing, and just sort of a mind-blowing, lovely thing. But in the meantime, too, just from a family perspective, it was a child's birthday today in the family, and as I was thinking through, I wanted to provide some samples to the family, but also wanted him to be honored for his day. And it will be a day behind because his birthday was today, and they'll receive the samples tomorrow. But nonetheless, and I didn't know how old he was or anything. I do now, but I didn't then, and it really wasn't important. What was important was to just be the blessing, right? And so I just stayed so focused in my writing. I got him a few things that would just be fun for any age and your birthday, and was very careful just from what I knew culturally. As you know, I'm an anthropologist, and so I'm very aware that what means something to somebody may mean something really different to somebody else. So I did do my best. I am limited, obviously, in what I know of any given culture, but I did my best to watch for that, and I think I did all right. And but I got some things that really I could curate, and that I thought would be fun anyway, for him to have little trinkets, but nothing wasteful, and nothing that didn't mean something, that didn't mean a lot of something. And that way, it really doesn't matter how old you are, because um, the meanings that I was talking through in the letter to him and in the blessing were meanings that carry for a whole life. So I'm just really thankful to, the fact that I can even tell you this story is just so astonishing. And, I mean, I obviously won't tell you like a lot of detail about it, just out of respect for the family, um, but it really was special. I do, consider myself and operate in the world as a global citizen, and I don't really understand, um, anything else, really. I understand that. I understand us all being one and being together, in whatever ways serve the higher peace and the higher good. Um, and I grew up in a fairly politically oriented family, I think you would say. That was talked about, it was engaged, and because of the negativity around it, it was a really difficult thing for me to get on board with and stay on board with, even though I have some strong views that move into politics. Um, Mostly, I just feel like we're all doing the best that we can with the information that we have, and I'd rather have people in office who I believe have integrity and who are willing to say when they're wrong, um, and who are willing to kind of move through their own stuff and their own spaces and be as honest as possible. Knowing also that there are security issues involved with that and so forth, and knowing that the world is complex, and that a soundbite or me knowing part of your story or part of your life, and making a judgment about it, and how you did it, is probably not very valid because I won't have all the information that you have. So, that's kind of where I live in the political arena, and so it was really just deep and special to be able to just write to people that I didn't really know, and really just bless them, just hold the high ground, just hold the vibration, just be with them, spiritually. Since I was not with them in person, we don't really know each other, yet, and and just to think, how would it feel to have your child blessed? How would it feel to be in another country than your home and have your child blessed by somebody that you don't know? How would it feel to, read a letter from somebody that you don't know? How would it feel to receive, a gift for your child, from someone that you don't know? And, and what, how do I need to be careful with language? Um, just because, I am addressing heads of state, right? Um, or, and I'm probably saying that wrong, right? I don't even know. I don't even know, um, the appropriate language because I'm not trained in that. I just know that the heart is diplomatic, and the heart was present, and I believe that that will carry through. That trust comes from that, and it was nice to not have to game it. It was nice to not have to linguistically control it, and to know that I really couldn't because I don't know all the rules in that arena. So I'm just so thankful, and people keep sort of going through my head, sort of galloping across my consciousness. That I wish knew all this stuff was going on, and all of these beautiful things that are coming to me. And but then I realized they do know. Some kind of way we're all one, and some kind of way they all know. And so then I don't have to engage it on the human level, and it's okay. Um, Apparently, I'm still going to cry about it, but but it's still okay. So that's one thing that happened today that was just really powerful. Oops, there goes the light. Powerful and beautiful that I wanted to share with you. Oh, that's a lot brighter. Well, that's pleasant. Okay, well, let's keep doing that. That looks good. Uh, Sorry, that was kind of dark earlier. Um, And then the other thing was that as I was doing some of this shopping, I was putting deliveries together for others today, some samples and some sales, and kind of really solidifying the look of the mailing labels and buying boxes and, just understanding where you even get that kind of thing. And, these are kind of the basic logistics that I'm still learning. And, was just really thankful to find things so affordably. And then the other piece, like while that was happening, it turned out I was parked beside, in this parking lot, I was parked beside a person who's a musician, who's a singer songwriter, who I've heard a number of times and who's actually in my car in CD format, and who I listen to a lot. And she's just so deeply gifted and so powerful in her connection to God and to just the way that language moves through her is just really beautiful. And so I listen to her a lot, and I mean I've energetically shifted a lot by listening to her, and so it was really special to run into her. We've talked a couple of times, just a little bit, and you never know. As an audience member, you never know, if a musician's going to remember you or not. They are talking to so many people, and they move so many people, and it was just super special to get to talk with her and learn more about her and sort of her real life and what she goes through and that kind of thing. And it was really neat because some of the things that she is moving through are things that I'm feeling a lot of power around right now. And that I've done a lot of work around, and I've done a lot of like allowing around. And so it's just a really special time to get to support her in some things when she has supported me, even though she didn't know it, so many times, so many ways, and to find out that she, had remembered me and so forth. And we just really talked for quite some time, and I was able to also offer her some professional expertise on some things that she's doing that were feeling like blocks for her. And so it just keeps going. Like the cycle is just so beautiful to be able to share. Um, so that was just super special. It was a really intense time. I'm sunburned from it. She probably is too. We were out in the sun, and it was like, we were in the parking lot just talking, for probably an hour and a half. So it was really powerful. I was able to circulate and flow some things toward her that she was in need of, and she did, as always, the same for me. And so it was just a very heady day, between those two things. It felt like a big celebrity day, is what it felt like in my body. And then I was supposed to go get some freezers, but the logistics have turned out a little bit tricky. So we're going to do that in a couple of days here, but I can't really do any production until that happens because I don't have anywhere to store anything without more freezer space. So that is that, and a lovely, issue to need to resolve. And I'm just appreciative of this time with you, and I'm appreciative of really stopping and having faith that the computer is going to continue running. And I was able to share too with with just some people I ran into today, some about what's been going on. Today is just such a special, neat day. And, I just want to claim with you and in general with myself that it is a special day. And it's not any more special than tomorrow will be or than yesterday was. There's, infinite potential in every single moment, every single day. And God's just got this, you know, God's just got this. It's like I texted a friend the other day. I said, you know, the money's going to come any second. And, you know, God hasn't taken me so miraculously and like beautifully and artistically through every detail of this just to, you know, put my products on TV and in front of 300 million people have me completely dive bomb. It's just not how it's going to go. It's just not, it's not what God's about. It's not what the products are about. And I'm just here for that. You know, I'm just here for, I'm not, there's no I here really. Um, there's just the one. There's just the one. And it moves through and as this format, you know, that people know as Lindsay, that other formats, you know, call Lindsay, and but that's all it is. And I don't totally understand that or why like that's the system, but that's the best way I know to explain the system so far. So there we have it. So between this and you know, I continue writing. I should keep actually some of my drafts of. I wrote a bit ahead of time for the for the family that I served today, and I may keep that for a little while because it was fairly meditative letters, and that might be good to keep for a little while for myself. And but I've also been writing toward the book, and that's been really special. But I'm just like, God, I'm so thankful to be like done with my workshop for the evening. I'm so thankful to be done with such a beautiful day. I'm so thankful to be worn out and tired. And I actually didn't get to the website today, and I need to build the catering website because I'm the person who's doing that. um, and because there's money there, so so that should happen. But every time that comes up, you know, or there's something that comes up in my mind that, oh, you have to do this right now, I'm just, you know, affirming that like it is happening all in just such perfect, beautiful, beautiful time, beautiful time. There's no more beautiful time than what exists in this time and space, and through this God, through this one. There's just only this expansion and this creation that goes on and on and on and on, and it's perfect timing, and everything that comes in is perfect timing. It's perfect prosperity. It's perfect levels of hunger and thirst and love and joy and adoring, and I love just being in this monastery with you. I love that my phone's off, that I am so completely not tempted to to check it, because I'm so ready for some just beautiful alone time. And I'm here. I'm at Agape, not at, but I'm down the street from Agape now, and it's, you know, it's like 11 o'clock almost, not quite, not quite. Um, and I don't think I'm going to go to Santa Monica tonight. Although I don't know, really. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go tonight. Um, but what I feel is just a desire to be quiet and write and write and write and write and ground and then just let it go. You know, that's what I would desire. I went to a prosperity workshop this evening, and it was lovely. And I think if I had gone to it like 3 months ago, it would have been really helpful to me. And but the pieces that we did, the exercises that we did, you know, are teeny snapshots. They're kind of thumbnails of what I've been doing every day for like 2 months, and and it's so powerful. What I've been doing is so powerful, that I really liked. One of the exercises in particular was a little bit new, and so that was cool to know about and add to my toolbox. But you know, the workshop was essentially for people who aren't meditating 2 hours a day, on on manifestation and and saying their mantras. So So that's all good, it's all good. But I mean, honestly, after creating a sample and blessing, and channeling this letter, um, for someone who really is and will be impactful, um, to the world, and will have so much opportunity to move things in a great direction. And then after, having this beautiful time with this musician, it was pretty hard to get me off the ceiling in the first place, and so to adjust my vibration down just to like stay in the room took a little doing. um, but I did meet some neat people, and like I say, it was a lovely workshop and very well conceived and kindly done and beautifully done, and the facilitation was quite good. So, and I had a couple of discoveries as we were doing some writing. So, but really, mostly, I just want to do some writing. Oh my gosh, I do. I'm hungry for that, and I had some other things that theoretically I should be doing tomorrow, and think I need to stop. I think it's time to stop, because last week when I didn't stop, then that's when I kind of had my little mini breakdown, where I was just like really overwhelmed and a bit sad, and just didn't feel centered and didn't feel good. And really the message, there was only one message, and the message had been, please take a day off. So it's time to do that, and I think probably I will not stay for service tomorrow, because I don't feel the need to. I feel like I've been here, and I feel like it'll be better. I'll probably be better served by having some time with myself, um, and then going to probably the Wednesday service coming up here in a few days. So that's what's going on. I know we're over our 15 minutes by 7 minutes, so this is probably the second installment that you're getting on YouTube. But I have continued to get a bunch of interest from the corporate sector, so it's really interesting to kind of think through, starting to merge the spaces. My company has merged those two spaces, the transformation of the collective and of the body, and of the mind. But I haven't really done that in the social media too much. I haven't linked those things too much, and it's probably time to do that on LinkedIn. So I'm gonna do that, but again, it's just like it's another thing. And I already need to kind of update my resume a bit to do similar things. And yeah, and and write up this website, because the website is going to be just such a blessing, and the catering is going to be just beautiful for all of us, I think. Um, so, but there's opportunity, and there's money's coming, um, and I'm just thankful. So, yeah, thanks for being my people. Thanks for that. And I started drafting a talk like a week ago, and I haven't gotten to touch it since a week ago, because that's how that's how much I've been really, I guess, really busy. Because I've been just desperately wanting to go back to it, but it's a week old and it's just sitting there right now. So that's that. Um, love you all. Thanks for sharing this with me. It's a really special time. Blessings.